Let's be honest, everything has gotten expensive. Flights, hotels, the $9 airport water bottle, we get it and we feel it too, which is why keeping a budget ceiling on our travel gear guides matters more now than ever. Last year, we rounded up our favorite travel EDC under $50, and since then, we've received a ton of feedback to keep building price point-oriented guides. So we're back with a natural sequel, some of the best travel gear you can buy under $100. Same philosophy as last time, quick-hitting, stylish gear that won't break the bank. And as always, this isn't a prescribed kit. Pick what fits the way you travel and skip the rest. So get comfortable, maybe pull up your packing list, and let's get into it. Any stateside resident who's traveled abroad knows the coin problem. You go cashless for years at home, then land in Tokyo or Lisbon, and suddenly you're juggling change with nowhere to put it. Bellroy's All Conditions Card Pocket is our fix, and it's a much tougher take on the slim zip wallet the brand's normally known for. The shell is a pre-molded, water-resistant ripstop leather borrowed from their Apex line, sealed up with a YKK AquaGuard zipper, hence the All Conditions name. Inside, you've got room for up to 10 cards across 2 stretch pockets, open space in the middle for folded bills and coins, plus a raised pocket with an elastic key leash that's perfect for a hotel or mailbox key. It is worth mentioning that the AquaGuard zipper runs a bit stiff out of the box and needs a few weeks to break in, and the molded shell holds its shape even when it's empty, so we found it better for carrying in a sling than in our pockets. But that structure is also the point. Your cards aren't bending, nothing's falling out, and the rain isn't getting in. It's a solid, secure wallet to grab when the forecast looks questionable. Phone straps have been everywhere lately, but most fall into 2 different camps: fashion accessories with flimsy hardware, or tactical lanyards that might be a bit overkill for your aesthetic. Leave it to Peak Design, the same San Francisco crew that's been refining camera straps since their Kickstarter days, to find the perfect middle ground here. The multi-strap is the most capable of their new mobile strap trio, and the hardware is much better quality than you're going to find on more generic Amazon versions of these phone slings. A CNC machined aluminum carabiner locks shut and holds up to 3 of their micro anchors, each rated to 50 pounds. So your phone can hang alongside your keys, your AirPods, even a small point-and-shoot camera. The basket-woven rope adjusts one-handed from 35 to 66 inches, and while it does attach to most cases' lanyard attachment points, an included adapter works with virtually any case. We did find that the single-point carry lets your phone swing a bit more than a 2-anchor setup, and so if you're a dedicated crossbody user like us, you might prefer the standard strap. Each strap is also backed by the brand's lifetime guarantee. As a small creative team constantly traveling, we understand storage anxiety all too well. And while there are plenty of options on the market, SanDisk Extreme Fit USB-C has become an essential piece of kit for all our travels this year. The Extreme Fit is barely a flash drive at all. It's more like a button, about 3/4 of an inch across and 3 grams, that plugs into a USB-C port and it just lives there. Slide your laptop into a sleeve while it's attached and you'll never notice it. It even picked up a Red Dot Design Award this year for this clever design execution. Read speeds hit 400 megabits per second, plenty quick for offloading a trip's worth of photos, though write speeds do taper off on really big transfers. The only note worth flagging is that it is tiny enough that you'll actually lose it if you ever unplug it, so we'd recommend you don't. While the 1 terabyte version we've been using is more expensive than the $100 price threshold, it's also available in several smaller capacities under that price point as well. A DOP kit made from sailcloth is objectively ridiculous, and that's exactly why we love it. Of course, Aer does offer the Travel Kit 2 in their standard ballistic Cordura, which is plenty tough, but anyone who's watched this channel knows we can't resist the Ultra treatment. The Ultra 400X exterior from Challenge Sailcloth is gram for gram 15 times stronger than steel, and it just looks really rad. Aer did a really great job with the aesthetics here. Material nerdiness aside, this is simply one of the best organized toiletry kits in the game. At 9 by 6.5 by 3 inches and 2.5 liters, it slots easily into a carry-on, and the stowaway YKK hook turns any towel bar into a shelf, with the bag tilting back when hung so nothing spills out. You get exterior toothbrush slots, a quick grab front pocket for in-flight essentials, and elastic loops inside for travel bottles. And those high-vis green interior hits only sweeten the case for going ultra. That hinge hook is really convenient on the go, but it does let the bag spin freely, which can be slightly annoying. Otherwise, this is a San Francisco brand doing what it does best. CampSnap built its name making screen-free cameras for summer camps, but social media had other plans. The cameras went viral with adults chasing a digital detox, and the CS Pro is the brand leaning into its new audience. It's a rangefinder-style body with a 16-megapixel sensor, a proper capacitor-driven xenon flash, and still 0 screens to be found anywhere. You shoot, you wonder, and you find out what you have when you plug it into the USB-C later. Love it or hate it, it's the film lab experience without the actual film lab. The dial up top toggles between 4 film-style filters, including 2 vintage looks and a legitimately great black and white, and the battery is good for around 500 shots. The whole thing weighs nothing in a jacket pocket, and those strap loops pair perfectly with something like the Peak Design micro anchors. Look, it is important to know what you're actually buying here. The build quality is light and plasticky, and while it is much better feeling than the standard Camp Snap, it does still feel more like a toy than a tool in hand. But that doesn't ruin the charm. It allows you to capture all of your vacation photography while still keeping you present in your vacation, and that's something we can get behind. Earplugs used to be the disposable orange foam things you'd grab from a hardware store jar. Then Loop showed up. The Belgian brand has done for hearing protection what Bose did for headphones, turning it into something people actually want to wear. And the Switch 2 is easily the most clever expression of that idea yet. It even picked up a Red Dot Design Award along the way too. If you haven't used a pair of these yet, the trick lives in the signature loop itself, which doubles as a dial. Rotate it and you're moving between 3 different modes. The Engage mode knocks down about 20 decibels while keeping conversation intelligible. Experience cuts 23 decibels with filters tuned to keep music sounding like music. And the Quiet drops a full 26 decibels, which we found perfect for sleeping on red eyes. The idea is that you've got a pair that covers the flight, the concert, and perhaps the thin walls at your hotel. Of course, aesthetically, these look really good in ear as well. They're trying to break the stigma of hearing protection in public, and that's one of the major driving forces behind their spike in popularity. We will say that the dial is a bit less clicky than the original Switch, so you'll occasionally land between modes, and they do carry a more premium price point. But outside of that, these really have become an essential part of our travel kit. Generally speaking, we're not big mobile gamers, but long-haul flights have a way of changing that. And if you're using your phone, the touchscreen controls have always been the thing holding it back. While there are a ton of options on the market, the Backbone One has become one of our favorites at this price point. Simply stretch the spring-loaded frame, snap your phone in, and you're holding onto something that looks and feels an awful lot like a Switch. There's no pairing, there's no charging, and no lag, since it runs directly off your phone's USB-C port. This second-gen model even fixes the original's biggest annoyance, with magnetic adapters that fit over most phone cases, and the reworked D-pad and firmer face buttons are legitimately pretty great. They feel really solid and responsive in hand. There's pass-through charging on one grip and 3.5mm headphone jack on the other, both of which are convenient at 35,000 feet. It weighs 138 grams, which is perfect for tossing in your sling. It also covers everything from App Store titles to Game Pass streaming to remote play. We did find that the Joy-Con-sized sticks can cramp bigger hands during longer sessions, and the optional Backbone Plus subscription is not something we'd add to the never-ending list of our current subscription roster. We also think it's worth noting that if you're willing to spend a bit more, the newly released OSnap M-Con we just featured in a recent guide might be worth taking a look at. Regardless, for frequent flyers who game, you can't really go wrong with Backbone. It's a solid setup across the board. Alright, the AirFly has been in our carry-on since the first generation, and it remains the single easiest travel tech recommendation we make. Plenty of seatback entertainment still live in the headphone jack era, and this 16.5-gram dongle is such an ingenious little device. Simply plug it in, pair your Bluetooth headphones, and you're set. The Pro 2 brought Bluetooth 5.3 and an upgraded Qualcomm aptX chip, so pairing is quicker and audio is noticeably cleaner than the original. You can also connect 2 sets of headphones at once for sharing a screen with your seatmate, and flipping it to receive mode turns any rental car's aux port into Bluetooth. Battery life is solid, running past 25 hours, though checking how much is left still comes down to interpreting a blinking LED. This remains our single biggest complaint after all these years. But we'll still say, pick one up, leave it in your travel kit, and you'll thank us later. We've used and tested an insane number of power banks over the years, and the MagGo 10K is the one we find ourselves actually carrying regularly, especially during travel. With airlines getting increasingly more strict about big lithium batteries, a 10,000 mAh pack that attaches to your phone feels like the sweet spot for travel right now. The Qi 2 certification is one of the standout features here. Simply snap it to the back of your phone and it charges wirelessly at 15 watts, which is double the speed of the standard magnetic banks flooding Amazon. The USB-C port also pushes 27 watts if you've got a cable handy. That little smart display is really useful too, showing exact battery percentage and time to full rather than making you decode blinking dots. And the fold-out kickstand turns it into a seatback-free movie stand, which is another plus for travel. At just about 12.5 ounces, it is noticeably heavier than slimmer 10K banks, but that doesn't change the verdict. This is the one power bank we'd tell most travelers to buy. A keychain flashlight is one of those things you didn't realize you needed until you've tried a good one. And the Nitecore TUP2 is still one of our personal favorites. The headline here is 1200 lumens from something that's just 3 inches long and weighs about 2 ounces. But the feature that helps it earn the travel spot is the color temperature switching. 4 LEDs toggle between warm 3000K, neutral 4500K, and cool 6500K. So you get that gentle light for reading in a dark room, and a punchy beam for finding your way back to the rental at night. There aren't many other keychain lights that do this yet. The little OLED screen shows a live runtime countdown at whatever level you're running, and the full lockout mode means it won't torch itself on inside your bag mid-flight. You can even clip it to a hat brim and you save yourself from packing a headlamp entirely. It's also IP54 rated, so a little bit of rain won't be an issue either. It's definitely a bit chunkier than the average keychain light, but it feels like a worthy trade-off for what's essentially a pocket lighting system. Consider this one our cheap pick, as it's technically $10 over the qualifier, but we do think it's worth every penny of the overage. Famously crowned the G-Shock Casio for the way its octagonal bezel nods to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, it's been one of the hottest affordable watches on the planet since 2019. We could have probably slotted almost any G-Shock here, but the world time function helped seal it. 31 time zones across 48 cities. The same trick that made the AE1200 from our under 50 guide such a travel staple, but this one is in a sleeker, more durable package. And sleek is definitely the word here. 45.4mm across the case, 48.5mm lug-to-lug, and just 11.8mm thick, all at a featherweight 51 grams, as seen here on our wearer's 6.75-inch wrist. The carbon core guard construction makes it one of the thinnest G-Shocks ever while still shrugging off abuse with 200 meters of water resistance. And the murdered out colorway blends in anywhere from a Lisbon dive bar to a business dinner, drawing zero attention from pickpockets sizing up your wrist. That stealth color combo does come at a cost though. The black on black dial can be a bit tough to read in dim light, even with the double LED assist. But again, it's a minor gripe on one of our favorite everyday watches at the $100 price point. Okay, $100 for a water bottle with no insulation does sound pretty insane. That is until you pick this thing up. Snow Peak's Aurora weighs just 5.2 ounces in hand. For context, that's half the weight of the Hydro Flash Trail we recommended in our under 50 guide, and this thing also holds more water. Quick background here, Snow Peak's titanium goods come out of Tsubame Sanjo, the Japanese metalworking town the brand has called home since 1958. And like most of the Japanese-made gear we cover, the commitment to the craft is just impressive. The walls here are a single millimeter of titanium all the way up to the drinking lip. It's so thin to drink from, and it feels closer to a wine glass than a canteen. The titanium also imparts zero metallic aftertaste. A subtle milled texture runs around the body that's nearly invisible to the naked eye, but it does provide real grip when the bottle's either wet or cold. Now, we have to mention the obvious trade-off here. That single wall construction means there's no temperature retention, and those super thin 1mm walls will eventually pick up a dent or two in your travels. But again, none of that really matters once it's in hand. This is a beautifully designed, durable drinking vessel that will literally last a lifetime. 12 South goes back to back on this guide, and honestly, few brands understand the Apple Traveler better. While the AirFly handles your audio in the air, the Butterfly solves the hotel nightstand. It's billed as the world's smallest 2-in-1 USB-C MagSafe charger, folding down to the size of an AirPods Pro case and opening up, like its namesake, into a 15-watt MagSafe pad for your iPhone plus a fast charger for your Apple Watch. And AirPods charge on either side depending on the model. It also includes a 30-watt wall adapter with swappable US, UK, EU, and AU prongs, plus a travel pouch to corral it all. Fold it back to back and the watch pad tilts up for nightstand mode, or the whole puck props your iPhone for standby. That all aluminum build does look really great in person, but it also scratches itself slightly when folded closed. We also found the lightweight puck tends to come along for the ride when you yank your phone off in the morning. All in all, minor stuff. If you travel deep in the Apple ecosystem, this replaces 3 chargers and a tangle of cables. London-based Nothing has spent the last few years proving that budget earbuds don't have to look or sound boring with their trademark transparent designs. And while we've tested and owned several different models, the Ear A still feels like the sweet spot of their lineup. Diving right into the spec sheet here, the 45 decibel adaptive ANC actively checks the seal in your ear and compensates for leakage, which works great in practice, translating to real silence against engine drone. The 11mm driver delivers punchy, travel-friendly bass with LDAC support for high-res streaming, and the 6 mic array keeps calls clean even curbside. Multipoint lets you hop between a laptop and phone without having to repair, and the fast charge is a killer travel feature. Just 10 minutes in the case buys about 10 hours of playback for the boarding sprint. If you run ANC full-time, you can expect that battery to drop to around 5.5 hours. And while the glossy case looks rad, it does collect micro scratches in a pocket full of keys. The biggest complaint though is no wireless charging. But for $79, those do feel like fair compromises, as these outperform plenty of $150 earbuds. Of course, you've got to have a solid pack to store all of your EDC gear, and slings are still the undisputed kings of carry-on. And while there's no shortage of slings to choose from, we have an entire guide dedicated to travel slings. It's still hard to beat Aer's Day Sling 4. When Aer gave their most popular sling a ground-up rework earlier this year, we just knew it'd probably end up on this guide. And true to form, we skipped the perfectly good $79 Cordura version for the X-Pack, because over-engineered textiles are simply our love language. Now, for the details. The redesigned trimmed capacity from 3 liters down to 2.5, but the space is actually used more efficiently this time around, so it doesn't feel like a downgrade at all. There's a wide opening main compartment with a padded sleeve for an 8.3-inch tablet or Kindle, stretch mesh organization, a hidden AirTag pocket, and a removable key leash. The flush back is perfect for tucking a passport securely against your body, and the Fidlock magnetic buckle on this X-Pack variant makes one-handed on and off effortless. A few things we mentioned in our previous review of the bag. The structured shape holds its bulk even when it's half empty, the new diagonal front pocket layout does take some relearning, and Aer dropped the Day Sling 3's grab handle in favor of a flat hanging loop, which longtime fans aren't too thrilled about. Still, for the bag that stays on your body while everything else goes in the overhead bin, this is the most refined Day Sling yet. And there you have it, 15 pieces of travel EDC accessories under $100, each one a standout in its own lane. Of course, this is just a slice of what's out there, so if there's a piece of travel gear you refuse to board a plane without, drop it in the comments below. We're forever building the next packing list. Thanks for watching, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in next week's video.